I've moved to Munich. Through life's twists and turns, we can truly find our right life's path. You may not know where you'll end up, but by listening to your higher guidance, you can find the right path for the greatest happiness for you. I hope you're all well. I'm so pleased to announce that I've moved to Munich, Germany. This has been on my dream radar for some time, since October 2019, in fact, when I visited for the very first time. It was Oktoberfest then, and I remember specifically that Spirit had been guiding me to go check it out. Literally, go enjoy Oktoberfest in Munich. Okay, and like any instruction coming from Spirit that is a bit of a leap, I always give it some time. I let it marinate, so to speak, and throw the idea out into my manifested world and see what comes back. I asked around to the people I knew in Assisi, "What do you know about Munich?" And several people I knew loved it. One actually lived there before and spoke German and also loved it. I looked around online. I always do a bit of research first for flights and hotels and Airbnbs. The prices were great. Flying to Munich would only be an hour and 15 minutes and less than $150. I couldn't believe it. But isn't this why I wanted to move to Europe in the first place? Yes, I wanted to be closer to everything. So here would be my first opportunity to venture out and do exactly that. I did go to Oktoberfest that last October in 2019 when we still could travel, and boy, did I have a blast. People were everywhere from all over the world. I met so many people and had so much fun. I just loved the whole vibe of that city. It was a blend of old world Europe together with modern, sleek technology. I loved it. They had a Starbucks, they had sushi restaurants, they even had a TJ Maxx right in the city center. This was the mother of all TJ Maxxes, as it was 4 floors. These are all the little things I missed about the US that I couldn't get anywhere in Italy, really. So these were big pluses for me about this big, new for me, European city. Everything worked so well there. The shops stayed open in the afternoons. The trains were clean and ran on time. People were friendly and helpful, and many of them spoke English. By the time I got back to Assisi, I saw things differently about my life. I knew that I had been sent to Assisi to write spiritual material, and that there was a special heart-centeredness about being there that brought me into such a higher frequency vibration, a closer connection to spirit. But to be honest, there had always been something off for me about housing, which seemed to prohibit me from making it a longer-term stay. So I knew at that time that somehow, some way, I would move to Munich. I just didn't know when. There was still more I wanted to do with my life in Assisi. I loved all my friends and my lifestyle so much there, and still had many things to see and do in the area. Later in that year, I signed up with a new coach, and she had me write out a detailed vision plan for my near future. It totally included owning a condo in Munich and another on Maui. That's my long-term vision. But then, of course, life will interrupt us, and we all know what happened in the middle of 2020 in Italy, and I was in the thick of it. The lockdowns were really hard. The city totally shut down. No tourists, no get-togethers, no cafes or restaurants open at all. The intuition came to me to take advantage of this really quiet time to complete the recording of all the chapters of A Course in Miracles. This was a project I had started years ago, but because of travel and non-perfectly quiet living environments, it had had to be put on hold. But now with the COVID lockdown, you could literally hear a pin drop. So I jumped in and recorded the final 18 chapters of the course that still needed to be done. It was life and mind transforming to do that. When I completed it, I had a much stronger realization of what I was put on the planet for and what my function was. And that was to launch and conduct the global energetic downloads and deliver them to the people to help them rise up and to deliver more light to the world. Whatever your beliefs are about your own purpose, it is lingering out there and waiting for you too. I think by now, in 2021, a lot of us have had our eyes open to our real purpose in the world and to the realization of the importance of that role for all of us. Whatever your beliefs are about your own purpose, it is lingering out there and waiting for you too. I spent the rest of 2020 delivering each week for 3 weeks of every month new global energetic downloads. I felt that this work was going into the field and raising the vibration of the planet just by its mere delivery and reception. I tell you all of this because sometimes it's not always clear why you are in a certain place doing a certain thing. You may not even be sure where it will end up. It's just really clear to you that you need to be doing it. That is what was 100% clear to me. I could see and feel that I was delivering pure, unadulterated messages and energies from Source that were coming to the planet, and they were there to assist, elevate, and support humanity and the vibration of the planet. This work took us all the way through to December 17th. Although I left Assisi in late June and spent time traveling through Tuscany and spending time in Florence, I knew the eventual destination would be Munich. And after some time spent in reflection during the holidays, the direction that came to me was clear. Move to Munich now. So I did. This was really tricky to organize during COVID times, as travel was, and is still, really restricted throughout Europe. But I knew throughout all the challenges in getting that done that, because it was guided by Spirit, all would be fine in the end. I rented a car, loaded up my things, and drove to Munich. It wasn't so much that it was Munich in particular that was the objective. No, that wasn't it. The direction was clear. 2021 is about publishing and getting work out in a solid, consumable form for many more to enjoy and be uplifted by. And for that, I needed a rock-solid home in a rock-solid country that worked, so that I would have a rock-solid foundation that I could build up from. You see, although I had some amazing times in Italy, I knew I was there for one purpose, and one purpose only. And that was to receive and to write some very special spiritual material. Little did I know the purpose Assisi would serve, but now I do. And I am so grateful to have been there during the 2.5 years that I was, and that the COVID lockdown and experience was spent in that very holy place. The frequencies there were so high. But what I didn't realize was missing for me were roots and grounding. This showed up as difficulty in really finding the right home and ended up in constantly relocating. Although I enjoyed the traveling and experiences it brought me, at the end of 2020, all I wanted was solid ground to root myself in. So now I am here in Munich. There are many more steps to take before it is all humanly legal, etc. But one thing is for sure. If it is guided by Spirit, it will be so. I am so happy. I hope you will receive this message as hope for you as well. Have you thought about what your bigger objectives are? Have you thought about receiving them from Spirit? There are so many dreams and visions that you can fulfill if you can simply take the leap of faith and know that God is with you. How could or would God ever abandon you? It is in reality so often that we abandon ourselves. You'll be hearing from me a little more regularly now that the movement of the last few months has settled. And of course, if you think you'd like to receive support in determining your own bigger picture life path and what that could entail, it is something I really enjoy doing. Simply click in the link to send me an email or explore my website. Much love and many blessings, Suzanne.